Put that heat on low.
I'm not your gossip girl, I'm the headline. Truth with a curve, baby, redefine. Welcome to the thirst trap. All the truth looks good in a tight wrap. We talk love, power, soul, and sin. Turn the world on, let the light in. Yeah, the thirst trap news. You'll drink it up, it's the real you. Nicotine, thirst bros, where every headline's a revelation.
Well. Hello, everybody. Tonight's show is going to be a bit difficult. You have to be patient. I'm already out the gate. Speaking out of a British accent. I can't see the chat, just FYI, because my screen on one of the computers here is freaking out every time we have that browser window open, which is so weird. I'm in a mood. I am irritated. Today's been a day. I'm hangry. The world is pissing me off. Like, legitimately. For the first time, like, legitimately pissing me off. Everything in the past has just been fucking, like, I don't know. There's been some pissy things. You know, like Biden taking the election. I can't say winning the election because I wouldn't be being genuine about my feelings there. So you'll just have to suffer through these hilariously vague highlights. The only part of the show that's scripted, to let you know what I got on the plate for you tonight. But no, I am beyond words with everything happening right now. This government shutdown. There's so many things that have just happened and that are happening that are seemingly unconnected. But when you start to like look at the bigger picture, they're all connected. And although I will always be MAGA, make America great, and put America first. And there's many things about Trump that I love that he's doing. But there's like two very glaringly obvious situations that I just can't, that they just keep nagging at me. And I'm growing really frustrated with, Trump. Like I said, on one hand, there's a lot of things I think he's doing that's like freaking amazing. Because, man, he just got that sauce. But I'm just going to continue going on this train of thought before I go to my highlights to what's on the show. Yeah, I don't know. You know, I'm looking at this Charlie Kirk stuff. Before I got on live, I saw Erica Kirk first thing on my feed. And I just feel so ew by her. And I've tried to fight it off. And it's strange and weird. And it's like, oh, all of a sudden now you're a public speaker. We never see or hear from you ever. Don't even barely know who you are. I mean, we know you're Charlie's wife, but now all of a sudden you're a perfect, flawless public speaker. And you're just taking the reins so perfectly. 7 days after he died, just chopping it up, laughing on a podcast. Everything about that whole situation seems so strange. I said it from the start that somebody close to him has betrayed him, and now Candace is saying the same thing as of today. Candace Owens, because she is really close to figuring out what happened to him. And it's interesting to watch Erica not address this at all. It is very strange how poised she is. When I lost my child dying in my arms, like there's like no 7 day, like watching her laughing on that podcast 7 days after, I'm just like, oof, okay. Then to find out, she was like winner of Trump's beauty pageant. And then just like taking a closer look at her life, like she was in the IDF. And they're trying to refute that, but they can't like suppress that anymore. And you have this FBI that only has supposed to be the most transparent FBI ever, like Candace was saying today, and that's kind of what I was feeling is why do they only let 5 people have the file for Charlie Kirk? Like why only this little select few people? Why did Cash Patel freak out on Tulsi Gabbard when she wanted to get more information about the military that was around Charlie that day? And then you start to listen to Charlie when he was talking about before. He was getting really loud about Israel, and he was getting very loud about Epstein, which now Epstein comes into the picture. And what he was putting together with Epstein, and how it was like this whole like operation. I can't remember which 3-letter agency he used. I don't know if it was FBI or CIA, but how it was this whole operation to basically have like blackmail on powerful people. And Israel pressing him, and he didn't take the deal, and now he's dead. And to see what they're doing to Candace, getting so close to everything, is more like, ooh, now I really have to pay attention to this. And then you have why they won't talk about the Epstein files. And then why Trump, like, every time he gets accused of, like, being Bibi Netanyahu's, like, bitch, basically, why he finds some weird statement to make that week about how he's not, and how some statement that shows he's not, but it doesn't connect to really anything. Like, it isn't what we're looking for to hear. We're like, release the Epstein files so we can understand why Charlie Kirk was shot and killed, because we know it's connected. Like, I like how Candace puts it, like, we don't know, but we know. And it just seems all too convenient what's happening at Turning Point. And I think the Turning Point people betrayed him. I would like to make a deeper claim, but I'm not going to do it because this is public media. But I think some people were not happy with the amount of money they weren't able to take in with Charlie living up to his principles. And then they go and make like a special day for him, like they have for MLK. It's just all looks very FBI oppy. And then you have the shutdown. And so, like, how does that come into the mix with everything? Well, the shutdown is pissing me off to a insane degree, because 41.6 million people are on SNAP benefits. Okay, I'm sure a huge chunk of that are fraudulent claims. They're not about to receive that. Now you've got, like, basically what I think is happening is I think the U.S. government is in cahoots, both sides. I think it's the WWE. They've scripted this out on who's going to be the bad guy and who's going to be the good guy, because it benefits both sides to not pay out, to have the government shut down. This is mutually beneficial. How so? Okay, we're going to say, as the Democrats, it's because you won't provide funding for all these immigrants. And the Republicans are going to say, well, that's because we can't afford it, because we can't spend X trillions of dollars on illegal immigrants, and we're not going to budge on that. Well, the Democrats get to look like they're standing up to Trump and, welcoming in their new member that's all of a sudden so high ranking as a freshman that's on a mayor level. They get to say, oh, we're putting up a fight for Trump, and look at all we're doing, and for everything we said we would do, we're doing it. We're fighting for healthcare for illegals, just like we all raised our hands for at the Democratic primary, and then the Republicans get to if the government shut down, they're not paying. Yeah, like a lot of people are that I legitimately need benefits and their government paychecks and their benefits and Social Security and their SNAP benefits are not going to get it. But the side of it, the other side of that coin for the Republicans is look at all the money they're going to be saving, not paying all these illegal immigrants, all these fraudulent claims on benefits, not paying into the system. A lot of them are going to give up and leave on their own because now the government is not giving them free money. And then by force, they get to just deny the rest of them until whatever the hell's happening. Now, this is just my own theory. It's, obviously, I'm not at the Hill every day. Oh my God, Siri, listen to Siri being so rude. I'm not at the Hill every day. I don't have like the inside scoop. I'm one of the people watching the freaking circus go down. And I am venting. Because there's nothing we can do about it unless we somehow magically all end up on the same side. And something has to happen to unite like everybody. And I really think we're getting to that point where we're having to acknowledge that we should slow immigration way, 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 way down, because we've got to bond together as a community and remember we're neighbors and Americans, and we can't do that if we constantly have floods of immigrants coming in. So maybe our country is at an age where it is time we do that, like many of them have before, in order to protect the unity of their people. Okay, so now that my rant is over, my emotions are out of me and on the table for all of you about our stupid government, why our president cannot freaking grow the balls to confront Israel, because clearly a gigantic operation is happening. They have openly said they're influencing our elections. They have openly donated money to 93% of our Congress. They have openly been too close to Charlie's death. This is crazy. I can't believe this is the timeline I'm living in, folks. All right. On the show, the videos I got for you. Ilhan Omar is a rich bitch. Mondani is a liar. Shocker. Resident Spike. Hepatitis escaped monkeys. White migrants. Garbage men are garbage. Slave robots. CNN turning on their own. Biden's auto pen. Feminists final form. Hunger Games. Where are your pants? Newsom from the hood. Why should people move to Poland? You can't reason with stupid. And Florida is insane. So, let's look at the chat and see all's here. Bad connection. Huh? The connection's fine? Okay. Well, we only got one person that said it. Let me take a gander and see who's through in here. In the chat, I see Airbnb Oasis. What's up, friend? Warren Mitchell. I know these names. Coil. Something's Tony saying bad connection. Bad connection. Tony, it might be your connection. All right. Welcome. I hope you guys know how much I greatly enjoy having all of you come crowd the chat while you watch me react to the nonsense that shows up in our feeds. It's okay to chat in the chat. I do look at it and respond. If you have videos you want me to check out, send them to producer Ryan. It's Ryan.Lopez86. Anyway, let's go.
Years ago, in 2019, Ilhan Omar entered Congress $45,000 in debt. That's what she listed on her financial disclosure. When she came into Congress 6 years ago, she listed that she had $45,000 of debt and 0 positive assets. She owned nothing outright. Then she spent 6 years making a salary of $174,000 a year. Now, even if we were to just forget taxes and imagine that she was able to spend none of that money, that would put her net worth somewhere in the neighborhood of like $1 million. But let's be real, taxes do exist, and she obviously had to pay to live. So her real net worth should probably be around, I don't know, 300 to 400 grand. Do you want to know what her net worth is 6 years later after she entered Congress with $45,000 worth of debt and 0 assets? $30 million. Entered.
So, side note, not saying this is a justification or anything, but you can have another job while you're in Congress because it's like the sessions that you have to be there for, and then they just trust you to find time to go out to your district and do the work connecting with your constituents, and you form that schedule like on your own. So you can still like run your own businesses because Congress is in session truly only 6 months of the year because they have to spend the other half of the year campaigning for the next voting year because it's a 2-year cycle. So
Congress 6 years ago, $45,000 in debt and owned nothing. And now, after 6 years of receiving $174,000 a year salary, she is now worth $30 million. Yeah.
Does anybody smell insider trading?
Yeah, we'll just keep pretending that's normal. 6 years ago.
I wonder how many times this is going to come up in this show. And I wonder how many times it's going to correlate right back to people who say they hate America or anything about it. We already got one. It's so funny. We just keep expecting people to just be inherently good. And, you know, that's a very risky thing when you have people who want positions of power for one reason or another. They're either really, genuinely a good, like, white hat, or they're evil and power hungry and greedy. I'm sure Mom Donnie is getting good training from the likes of Ilhan Omar with her, what do they call that on her head? Burqa? Hijab. What? Hijab. Yeah, that. She, Burqa's the face. Well, I see some people with both. Because they like to party. Well, what is it when they have both? Like their face covered and their head covered? I don't know. Yeah, I've heard. I don't know either. I want to learn more about that. Shoot. Okay. So, on the note of Muslims, Mom Donnie's a liar. I said it once. I'll say it again.
Memory of my aunt.
Oh, this. I think I heard this speech live. Made me want to puke. Is that not the right video?
Speak to the memory of my aunt.
Look at him getting emotional.
Who stopped taking the subway after September 11th because she did not feel safe in her hijab.
Turned out that aunt apparently didn't live in New York City, and it gets worse. Mamdani was forced to clarify and name some different relatives.
First of all, let me back this up. You're about to use 9/11 and try to force yourself to look choked up while talking about her head garment made her have to face suspicion. Like, what about the children who were blown to, like, incinerated? I know. Production's making a second point. That's what Erica Kirk looked like, crying. Yeah, exactly. Forced. There you go. Look at that.
Who stopped taking the subway after September 11th because she did not feel safe in her hijab.
Oh, God, help her.
Turned out
She
that
stopped
aunt
taking the
apparently
subway.
didn't live in New York City, and it gets worse. Mamdani
Toughen
was
up,
forced to
Buttercup.
clarify
You're
and
not
name
over
some
there
different
anymore. You're in the
relative
West.
after claims
Guess
that
what?
his
You just
aunt
get to be a
never
little
lived in the
uncomfortable.
US. But more importantly, where are the tears for the NYPD We lost 2,970.
That's the shit that pisses me off. You are freaking making some pity party out of 9/11 for her because she had to suffer suspicion. I had to suffer a suspicion as a mixed kid being born here for no other fucking reason other than because people didn't just know what I was in the hills of Appalachia. What is this brown girl? And I had to just tough that out. And guess what? People just freaking liked me for who my character was. And you're trying to be like, oh, suspicion. Yeah, people naturally were being suspicious because of the rhetoric being pushed down their fucking throats about Muslims. And you had to be suspicious or you had to be afraid of the subway. Toughen up. Like, you could be literally living over there where if you speak in public, you like you get freaking beat with like sticks and stones, literally. I don't mean to like sound cliche about it because it's literally what they get hit and stuff. You can't even speak without a male being around you, and you're just using this talk about how you're being discriminated on, but you left the country you came from because you have the most the utter dogs on the street are treated better than the women as commoditized birth givers. Like, what the hell?
7 Americans on that day. Where are the tears for the FDNY, those firemen and women and first responders
Yeah, exactly.
that rushed while everyone was rushing out? They rushed in the other direction.
And the people jumping out of the buildings.
Where's the emotion? 2,977
But you were discriminated about.
victims of 9/11.
You were
most
born
of
here.
which died in New York City, the very city that Mamdani wants to lead. Apparently,
I would have slightly more grace. All right, let me rephrase. Slightly less disdain for this statement if he actually lived over there and was born over there and was like, I came over here because y'all came over there and started bombing shit and we didn't know why. That I could understand. I'd be mad about that. But like, you're born here in privilege and you were born in Uganda, then raised between India and I think Uganda and here. And your mother is quoted by CNN or some liberal outlet. Don't quote me on the outlet, but quoted saying you consider yourself a proud Ugandan just as much as you are a Muslim or something like that. And it's just, I really think that Marjorie Taylor Greene is right when she says she wants to put a bill out to make it illegal for anybody who's dual citizen to be sitting in office making this constitutional decisions when you're a dual citizen somewhere else. Just makes no freaking sense.
him, this is about what, racism?
I want to speak to the
exactly.
memory of my
He's a piece of shit. I don't like that dude. I hope he hears me say this so he can get mad at me so I can say it to his face. That'd be really great. Mom Donnie, if you happen to see me, little micro influencer, and you just want to give me the time of day because you think you might make me look stupid, please, I invite you. Please make me look stupid. I would love the opportunity. Okay, here we go. Schumann resonance spikes, folks. I love this. Are we about to watch some witchy shit?
Intensity of the last few days as the Schumann resonance has been spiking and we've been getting bombarded by strong solar storms activating us. And on October,
I just learned what the Schumann resonance is like 2 years ago because I actually Googled what is the noise I've been hearing my whole life that goes like this. Like constantly a hum that either can lull me to sleep or annoy the ever-living crap out of me. And like, a lot of people don't hear this. I think there's another sense happening in my body that more so feels it, that then brings my awareness to it, that causes me to interpret hearing it because my eardrums, I think, are picking up the vibration. So I hear it. But my body, which makes sense to me because I have fibromyalgia, my body's like crazily sensitive to literally everything. So great in a lot of areas, terrible in other areas. This sound, actually do some studying on this. It's really fascinating how it correlates with certain celestial activity as well.
October 30th, the sun will have its solar maximum, meaning it will be the strongest it's been in 20 years. And
Yeah,
apparently
see what
the
I
Earth's
say?
magnetic field is the weakest it's been in
Yeah.
this current cycle. And throw in Three-Eye Atlas, whatever it is, a
Oh!
comet, a ship.
My God, Three-Eye Atlas. Okay. They're talking about, like, they're trying to start pushing it on mainstream because Tucker Carlson's talking about it, about how somebody's let it out the bag. That is aliens. It's like a camouflage. You guys, didn't you watch Star Trek? I mean, Hollywood's been putting everything in our faces. Like, if they have cloaking technology on video games, then they have it somewhere else in this 3D plane. Like, I'm sure it, like, that Faraday fluid, that stuff, like, changes, like, shape and stuff. Like, there's another type of, like, liquid that forms crystals when it hits sound. Like, there's so many things that you can use to, like, camouflage.
Some say consciousness itself is expected to influence the sun during its maximum.
I agree with
And I'm
that.
telling you, it is not business as usual on planet Earth this year, as the Schumann resonance continues to raise our vibration, causing a full spectrum detox. People are noticing things like body aches and pains, ringing in the ears, insomnia, or intense emotions coming up out of nowhere. I wonder what this could all be leading up to.
See, I'm sure everyone senses that spiritual war that's going on this planet. And I think that God is woven into everything. So I do believe something very similar as, like, the Buddhists about collective consciousness. I think the more we think about something as a group, the more we manifest its presence in our lives. And I think that down to the tiniest particle, God exists, which would be the intelligence that's woven into the universe that causes it to be constructed so perfectly and so beautifully, mind you. I think the earth is well aware. I think she feels us. I say she. Before y'all get weird on me, the Bible says, from dust you are created and dust you will return. She gives birth and she takes us back. Our bodies are so sensitive, we don't even realize it. We're so distracted with the freaking computer in our pocket and the AI being we're attached to. We're just so distracted with technology. But animals, you can tell it in animals too, especially because they haven't lost their ability to sense, like, magnetic resonance. Oh my gosh, look at how many people are popping in. Trying to investigate, Joy. I love that. John, Anthony, Mark, Michael Powers. What's up, folks? JT, how you doing? I think I'm, like, getting sick or something. My voice is like sounds crazy. Oh yeah, look, it's the resonance.
Now mix in so many recent astrological alignments that point to illusions and deceptions being revealed. It's almost as if we're being prepared for some kind of big shift.
Oh yeah, I wonder what that is.
Detox, salt baths, grounding.
It's important to take care of the vessel, like, that your spirit inhabits, because the stronger your spiritual body grows, the more your physical body feels that, the more sensitive it becomes, because you're becoming more aware, more farther reaching than the bounds of your physical body. So it's important to understand how, if God made us from dust, then we are also stardust. And how does that connect? I mean, if you know good watches, you can forego the woo woo and the hocus pocus bullshit happening in your head right now, and understand, if you understand that a quartz can power a watch, and understand that, like, vibration and the significance of that, and then take it a step further and understand we're made from that, literally, Like you have to start to like let in if you really truly want to survive the last days, if you want to ascend like Christ did. You have to stop feeling so uncomfortable with the woo woo. Because that's all Jesus did was the woo woo. He was trying to show you all of this stuff. I mean, he was like the coolest, best hippie, you know?
Exercise and walking to increase circulation. Binders such as activated charcoal with plenty of water with mineral rich salt. Vibration plates. For the emotional stuff, maybe
Can she talk
automatic
any more
writing,
dull? She's
shaking
like,
and letting out sighs, feeling
forever.
the body sensations as the emotions come up, crying, and maybe modalities that clear trapped emotions like the emotion code or the body code.
And if you can't cry, go to a smash room. I mean, like a break room where you like break things. Or like one of those axe throwing rooms. Or like go take a hike in the woods and like feel a little nervous being alone out in the woods. Purge the chemicals. Let yourself feel something. Put your phone away and like remember what it's like to be a human being. Go take a walk in the woods. It's kind of exhilarating. Me and my daughter decided impromptu to just go take a walk through one of the preserves. It's very swampy. So we knew it was like slightly risky. But hey, you know, mom's a gun-toting, princess. So I'm not too worried about it. That feeling of being a little like nervous, it's just it wakes you up a bit. It like, oh my gosh, you know, you feel, remember when I was talking about feeling the layers that extend beyond your body? You start to feel those again because I'm more aware of what's in the bushes and in the trees and protecting my little baby that's walking with me and just being a kid and innocent and enjoying every insect she sees. I'm scanning like mama bear. But it's exhilarating. You can connect and like be natural in so many more ways and just kind of like try to tune out that resonance vibration, you know, that the earth puts out. That's a good thing to feel. I frequently like to go sit out, especially if I'm really pissed off. I like to go sit out in the yard cross-legged, you know, with palms up, with the sun just blaring down on me, and just feel like the earth. And just like, it takes a while to start feeling the rock that I'm on. Because like first I'm distracted with like the gross bugs that are going to get on me. Because I really don't dig bugs. Like they're way too smart. They're like little alien invader cyborgs. I just don't trust them. I don't like them. So it takes me a while to like settle with like the bugs and the grass. Then I start noticing the grass and how it's touching me. And it's uncomfortable at first. And then I just have to like settle into it and just trust like it's okay. I'm doing something spiritual right now. And God's going to keep me safe from like anything to bite me. I just have to trust that. I have to believe that to like let it all go. Which is why I don't understand people that are so resistant of like realizing that what's wrong with you in your life is that you don't have a higher power. What's wrong with the world is a lot of us have forgotten the higher power. We've forgotten our higher power. It has our back. So once you like just let it in and settle it and you just kind of like get past all of the like uncomfort, you start to feel like something else coming out of the ground. And it's kind of hard to put into words, and it's just something meditation that the scriptures even encourage you to do. It's something only knowing how to do that you can understand what I'm saying. And then like this little princess, half Caribbean princess, can go out and camp with the boys, log with the best of them, because I put myself through those situations where I'm like, okay, I know that I'm not going to like tonight because I'm sleeping in a like really shitty tent, and I'm just going to settle my mind. Just, if it's my time to go from a frigging scorpion bite, it's my time to go. Like, it's not, I can't miss out on what the earth has to offer because I'm afraid a snake might bite me. Just have to do my job and know that the rest is in God's hands. So just settle in, feel that resonance spike. I started the show with how freaking hungry I am and my food is about to be here, and I'm praying to the Lord. I did pray to the Lord for Taco Bell because I'm broke. and my husband got a surprise on his phone. So we have free food coming. So I really hope it's Taco Bell. Is it Taco Bell? It's Taco Bell, folks. Oh my God. I literally sat on my porch and I was like, please, can you please send me? I'm not even joking. You know, I do need to tell the soul story one day, but I think I need to earn y'all's trust a little longer for that. I'll keep it mysterious for the time being, but when I tell you guys that I'm spiritually connected, I am. It's a burden if you don't use it to help other people, really. People, the ones that want to use it for glory are frauds, because it really is a truly torturous life, because it's hard to see past the bullshit at that point in any way, and it's hard to let go of the connection to God in that way, and a lot of people will shame you for it. But here I am as a God's humble servant. I asked for food because I don't have the extra money today, and I'm really like, I did eat dinner, but I'm starving again, and I asked for Taco Bell, and I am surprised Taco Bell is coming. Yay. It's wonderful. So good night. I bid you adieu. I will get to the hepatitis escaped monkeys on episode 16, friends.